The Bela-Bela Magistrate's Court in Limpopo is expected to deliver judgment in the bail application of the alleged mastermind of a burglary at President Cyril Ramaphosa's Phala Phala farm. Imanuwela David and two accused are facing charges of robbery and theft of over $580,000 from the farm in February of 2020. David is also facing an additional charge of money laundering. Yesterday, the investigating officer, Lieutenant Colonel Ludi told the court that two more suspects are expected to be arrested in connection with the burglary at the farm. The alleged suspects, who are Namibian nationals, are out of the country. His co-accused, Floriana and David Joseph, are out on bail. Well, let's get the latest and update. Our reporter Pimani Baloyi joins us now live. Pimani, good afternoon. Perhaps at this hour you could just bring us up to speed as to what is transpiring. Bail application has been denied. What were some of the reasons given by the magistrate?
Good afternoon, Lisa. Good afternoon to our viewers. Indeed, that bail application has been denied. This is a development that happened about 5 or so minutes ago. Some of the main reasons that Magistrate Pridishni Punen gave while denying that bail application is that, number one, police were not able to verify any of the addresses that Mr. Imanuwela David gave to them as his residential address. So the magistrate saying he does not seem to have a fixed residential place that he would stay at should he be released on bail. But second to that was the fact that Mr. Imanuwela David has a previous conviction where he illegally crossed into Namibia, which he stated it looks like he could easily evade this trial by illegally crossing into any other country or even Namibia to evade this trial. But further to that was that Mr. Imanuwela David, when he was on that witness stand, seemed to change his stories a lot, stating that it looks like he is not really a reliable witness on that stand. But further to that, she emphasized that the state seems to have a strong case against Mr. Imanuwela David, stating that, the Criminal Procedure Act requires magistrates, presiding officer, to look at the strength of the state's case while considering whether to release an applicant on bail or not. So at this point, Mr. Imanuwela David will remain in custody. We are going back to court where we'll get when he'll be expected to appear again in this court or at a higher court for the trial alongside his two co-accused who are already out on bail. Lizal?
Just as we look at the sentiments reflected by the investigating officer, Lieutenant Colonel Ludi, alluding to the fact that two more suspects, in fact, could be arrested. What's also coming through on that front?
Yes, that is the stance of the police, that two additional suspects are pending arrest and that they are hot on the trail of these two additional suspects. But Lieutenant Colonel Schnell, while on this witness stand, also stated that there could be additional suspects. This one actually is related to charges where they say it looks like there is efforts to further conceal the proceeds of this money that was stolen at the president's farm, where it looks like people are buying and selling equipment, further money laundering. Even when the state wrapped up its case today, gave its closing arguments, they alluded to the fact that it looks like money laundering seems to be continuing, especially because one of the banks that Mr. Imanuwela David was banking with during that time after the theft at the president's farm closed his account, but he continued to transact using other people's accounts, the state stating that that could allude to further charges of money laundering. So yes, Lizel, there are two outstanding suspects, but there could be other suspects that could be charged with money laundering and assisting Mr. Imanuwela and the other co-accused to conceal the proceeds of that theft.